Alright, now we're inside the car, and before we can install the Sikky Manufacturing e-brake plate, hydro e-brake, this will sit on there like this. Before that, the master cylinder is smacking the stock handbrake, which is we removed it for the hydro. So I lifted this up. There are supposed to be 2 bolts right here. There's one right there and one right there. Previous owner stripped them, so I just went ahead and cut them. And there is 1 bolt right there, 1 bolt right here, and 1 bolt right here. They all, I believe that is 13 millimeter. Once you pick that up, now the handbrake assembly is out. That out of the way, and we can mock this up. Now there's no clearance issues. But to properly mount this bracket, you have 2 factory holes right here, 1, 2, and then those line up perfectly. You're gonna need a buddy, which I have right here, my son. He's gonna be up here holding the bolts, and I'm gonna go underneath the car with my hand up into the trans tunnel and put the bolt on there with some Loctite. But before we can do that, I'm going to put these 2 in, but then we're going to mark these 2, and then we are going to use a drill and drill them out. Now that we have the 2 holes drilled, we're going to use these silver bolts with the Allen key heads to hold the actual plate on to the chassis. And once we get all that lined up, they will be done. They're lined up, it's just the angle that I'm on. They're lined up though. But once they are on, we're going to throw these bolts in. But before we connect this to the actual trans tunnel to the chassis, we're going to grab the hydraulic e-brake and mount it to at least the top hole right here and onto the bracket first, because there is 0 clearance right here to get a bolt up into there. Alright, now that it's all bolted up, it's solid as can be to the chassis and everything. The only problem I think is when I change the stock shifter to the chassis mount, going into reverse, since it's up higher, I might smack the handle and smack my hand on that, but we'll figure that one out. But the only thing left to do now is run the DriftHQ brake lines from the master cylinder all the way back. And once I get under the car, I'm going to pull the stock e-brake wires out, and they're connected to the lower trailing arm in the back of the suspension to the calipers. So that's probably the route I'm going to go, but I'm probably going to feed them from the master cylinder all the way either that seatbelt hole or this seatbelt hole, whichever one's not getting hit by any moving parts of the suspension, and out to our dual caliper setup right there. Okay, now that we have the hydraulic e-brake handle and platform base installed in the car and the dual caliper set up, we are now going to run the line. We have this one that comes into and goes into your master cylinder on your hydraulic e-brake. It goes all the way down to the car. It tees off, comes to these connectors right here and here, and they will go in from inside the car to outside the car, and then from here they have nuts so you could they are held in place, and then these go straight into the back of the calipers, the Willwood calipers on each side. Now that we all have basic gist of that plumbed up, we will go and install. Alright, now we go to the back of our Willwood dual caliper, and you are going to see this right here. And it says, this is the outlet. You peel the sticker up. Let me peel the sticker up real quick. It's hard to get my head under there and the camera. I should have installed this before I put the caliper on, but it says it's the Willwood Fluid 1/8 MVT to 27 inlet for fluid. I'm just gonna go to that sticker off since it ripped. Alright, got the rest of the sticker off. And now you're gonna see the inlet right here. Now you're gonna go into your kit that was supplied, and this part right here is a 1/8 MVT that screws into that inlet. And then this is a 3/8 end line that screws onto our green brake lines. So let's install it. And we find the hole. Now we get it started right there and there, and you can use, I believe it is a, let me see, .7/16 will fit right over it, and tighten it down. Once I get that done, I'll be right back. Alright, it's coming out of the caliper right there, going down. I looped it around right there, and then it's going into the chassis right here, which is right here in the old seatbelt location. And it's teed, same on the other side, and then I just put it underneath the little trans tunnel, and then it comes out right here, and then this is going to go right here.